All right, let's get started. So I need four more of those, but you have to miss 3 nights, which is 1 hour. I'm a little over half an hour. So, storage. Let's see. Levels. Upgrades. Urinate or nothing over 64 here. Like, these don't even have a purpose in place, so. Those are under zinc and fluorite. And nothing over count in this one. Flint. But it's not a block. Then again, neither is book, so probably. Yeah, it's random enough. This has been random enough. Regular flint in here. There we go. And I need some more of these eventually. Drawers. More drawers. Especially so I can put the job sites down. Not the enchantment table, but the job sites. But that's... Job sites are these. Because of how many there are. Technically, I should have more of those, but you know. over there in that drawer, I appear to have just 2 sets of 4 each. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other nonsense that needs dealt with at some point. No, there's not any method to that arrangement. I just decided, let's zigzag. And then I need to lock that. Things on this level don't appear in the altar. I think at least some of the things at this level appear at the altar, and the ones where, like, they don't, a sub-piece does. So that's why those are like that. Let's show upgrades, show fill levels, lock. Dirt, red sand. Really? I don't have regular dirt up yet? No, I do. That just means I'm over capacity, right? No, I'm not even over capacity. It's just being stupid. Is red sand one of the ones that also gets a compression? Yeah, it's got its compression. Like, I'm not likely to produce a bunch of it, but, you know. The cost of a limited 4 barrel versus a limited 1 barrel is exactly equivalent. And the headache of setting up a limited 4 compression barrel versus a limited 1 compression barrel. A limited 1 compression barrel doesn't do anything because it doesn't have any slots to compress. But if you don't have enough materials to get the full compression, you have to sign, then lock, and then it will have the memory. And the quartz can go back to being useful again. There we go. Iskallia on the way. Okay. No, I don't have a good reason why these should always be copper, but you know. At least these match. Transfer into router. Technically, that's more terrariums, not more cages. So that's array number 2 here. I am so poor for vault diamonds. This will be into router. Eight. The order of that doesn't matter because it gets rearranged based on position in space. Space! Alright. Like, no, I don't actually have a good reason why I'm still using just the Crimson Barrel to start with, given the fact that now, like, if I take in account all of the planks I've got at various different things, like, I really should be, like, burning spruce, right? Clearly. Oh, I have to unship some. Get your butt in here. Okay. Yeah, I really should unship some. Or, really should use... Yeah. Anyways. One level too far down. Get elevators. I've got elevators. Make elevators. No. Alright. And it's got to be minimum iron tier for me to put in a stack and void. So that is 1, 2 of these. And then, yeah, this is where a lot of my diamonds have ended up, is in the stack upgrades and whatnot. Because, like, ooh, that costs lemon. Meanwhile, the stack upgrades are like 2, 4. Six vault diamonds before you start using pods at this level. And then you need... So, this going to this is 15. And like a lot of black opal and da da da. But like the one I'm already doing is still 6. There we go. Alright, and then
Hello, Moto.
noisy phone is noisy. Local firefighter drive. Like, it's not a bad cause. Finances just are not in that kind of position. Alright, so fine. Make more steel. What? There we go. Cage. Oh, but you have space over here. No, this is boss plates. Angry balloons. Sadly, I only have 3 angry balloons. 1, 2, 3 angry balloons. What else from over here do I potentially need to throw in a container? Vindicators. Technically, I should do COD. Okay, so that means I need to make another bit of steel. Black chromatic. And I also need to go decompress some of the chromatic iron. No, I don't. Okay. The rest of it was just being stupid. Cage. Like, I know it was out of the Laramar. Just because the Laramar is not auto-converting for size. Okay, that's fine then. 1, 2, 3. Next cage. Angry Stat Man. Then we change this to at Nicolas Cage. Wait, no. Oh, you don't need steel for this. Yeah, you do. The steel's just all here. 12 steel. And a vault meat block. And then I don't think I can get a decent angle to do the blocky thing. I could... Whoop. Then we put it back. Then... You know, because I haven't done many of the straight vanilla non-hostile mob eggs using that, but like, yeah. Can't even get this anyplace. Anyways. Ugh. So that's that. Have I spent enough time that I can go stand outside? Alright. Time to go get attacked by sky rats because I haven't managed to roll one of their stupid eggs yet. Like, you're not sky rats, guys. Here, phantom, phantom, phantoms. Here, boys. Like, how is it that when you actually want to get attacked by them, they're nowhere to be seen? Alright. You can spawn, at least. Where's that dolphin? Here, phantom, phantom, phantoms. think we're past the point of nighttime spawning. And I can't skip to the next night because that requires sleeping using the hammock. Which specifically resets the timer until I can get phantoms again anyways. Time to continue the Insomniac's Gambit, I guess. Yeah, at some point I should just hook that one of those up to the routers at some point. But then I have to add a voiding to it, which, like, probably I should. Just tell it automatically void boots and fishing rods. Because I think... No, I don't have a void upgrade in this yet. Don't have a stack upgrade in it either. Alright. Void. At least this is like silk iron one, like, that's cheap. And then you just set this to whitelist only, more damage. Fish rod. Leather boots. And then probably a distributor to bring stuff in. That way, if I ever decide to, I can increase the number of these floating around in the water out there. Bring into router. And then I just need to find okay, that's sending to the storage controller. It's fine. Okay, and then I just have to go. Wait and that doesn't work. Okay. Alter. Flag. Flag. I need to make a separate system if I'm, or a separate storage thing specifically for tridents if I'm going to do tridents, because they come with all kinds of MBT data. I have no clue what in the world this is. Oops. People buy things that need assembled without the knowledge and wherewithal to be assembling it themselves. Guess who gets stuck with assembling it afterwards? Without even, like, talking with me first, going, hey, yeah, you will probably have to assemble this for us, and we ordered it. Like, nah. I just get to be informed about it now. Anyways. Sticks. Already handling themselves. Tripwire hooks, I think I put someplace. Yes. But that means this needs upgrades. Same with that. And by some upgrades, I mean, like, I don't even need to increase the capacity on them. Because all I really need to do with bowls and hooks, especially with the timing there, like, how much more capacity does this have? How much does this have? A lot. It'll be at least a little while before that becomes a problem. What loose bags do I have around? Not that it necessarily helps to have bags. Alright. Is it nighttime yet? Yay, it's nighttime. Early nighttime. Cool. Here, Skyrats, Skyrats, Skyrats. Here, boys. I need your winkies. Is there a reason for me to be climbing up a mountain? No. As far as I know, there is no mechanical effect to being higher for the Skyrats as long as you are above sea level. Newer versions they broke so that you don't even need to be above sea level, which actually causes some problems. That Enderman noise went on for a long time after the Enderman was dead. Did you just try and hip check me with his... That almost feels deliberate. Cheaty free can. No, this doesn't correspond to anything. I wouldn't think that I would miss season 7 quite so much. But it turns out being on a random raft in the middle of the ocean meant that I never had to worry about phantom membranes because things would attack me every time I finished a vault. Stab the children. Chickens. Technically, I should try and figure out where my storage is, and then try and be up on the mountain way above that, because I will get a better concentration of hostile mob spawns. Which unfortunately I think actually puts me somewhere on the snow. Sun's coming up. Last chance, Sky Rats, come get me. I know you can spawn this late. Yeah, that's how a lot of players feel about spider jockeys. Alright. Where is our river? I guess if I'm not close enough to the river, I can't see it. Technically, I should go inside and do some more work, but powdered snow. Powdered snow. All right. Hear that oil. Powdered snow. Powdered snow. Powdered snow. Powdered snow. Powdered snow. Powdered snow. If it's got the separate snow layer, it can't be powdered snow. Like, I hear goats, and then there's... You know what? The recent adjustment to jars actually makes that funny because the change to jars that allows for all right, flesh. That allows for you to take them back out means you could gather a bunch of goats, have hundreds of goats in a jar, and then you can just kind of go, okay, time to have some fun. Plop, 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 plop. And just like have this goat swarm that you just release in people's bases or things like that. It's funnier when people are online, but you know. I'm just an ideas guy. And it, like, isn't surprising that they all managed to pack there because, one, we're directly above my base, so they're going to stay constantly loaded. And the moment they start falling in there, like, you end up with one stuck in there, and then like, all they have to do is have enough time to wander, and eventually they all will pass into that same space. But you see, I could jar a bunch of those and then take them home and breed them up using wheat. Alright, that's at least going down. Riveting gameplay. At least I can make a couple more dispensers for activation modules. Let's see. I love how, like, now that one managed to jump out. And to be fair, the only reason its pattern let it do that was because it got disrupted for a moment. Eventually, it's going to wander its way into yeah. I should probably do that at some point. Hello, YouTube compression. Yeah, like, look how much spotting there is now. Good job, doggo. Two. Yay! I finally have enough I can actually run a bolt. You gonna try and ram me? Slowly pushes me out of the way so that I'll be in the right position for it to try and ram me. King of the mountain! Yeah, I should probably head home rather than keep standing on the snowy mountain. But if I'm having con scare rats, I don't want to have to do it too many times in a row. So getting a decent batch of this right now, under the assumption that eventually it'll give me a stupid phantom egg out of a hostile one. Eventually. Morning, and is it going to stop snowing? Or is it just going to keep snowing? Good hops, my man. Good hops. I have no clue whether or not this will manage to drop me back home. The answer is kind of, sort of, yes. My pine boat is still there. Of course it's still there. You haven't done anything to clean it up. Yeah, but you know, I keep forgetting that it's there, and then it's just like goes past the missing texture. And it's like, oh right, that exists. Okay, so something here I forgot about, and it's chicken. That's so let's go see what it is. Flesh, which is something I already was accounting for. I updated flesh. There we go. All right. These I need to assign to a 4x4. 2x2, I mean. 4x4. Let's let this run a cycle of benthic. So I think it works better if I actually give an ocean to benthic. And like eventually this will jam. Noting that the other thing this is used for is the vault recycler, so like yes, it'll be a little bit annoying if it breaks, but at the same time, it's like, ooh. Technically, I should do plunder it again. Like all of that's handled. Yay, I can finally get into a vault, in theory. God, alter. This thing gets put away. Then this thing's put away, in theory. This one. And chainmail can't go through this, unfortunately, because it's made of fire. If anyone hasn't told you. Can't smelt chainmail that way. Actually, it's chainmail. It's dealt with in the old-fashioned way. Let's do a quick check. Has this jammed on anything? Yeah. It's like, oh, it's going to put the what you call it? It's going to put the tridents into the hard drive, and then the correct answer is no, because it's putting it directly into the core here, which is not hooked up to the hard drive. So if it manages to get a trident, it's going to stick it there first. Don't currently have any bags in the system, which is like, that's good management, because you don't want things with IDs sitting inside other things with IDs if you can help it. Because nesting IDs is how you crash a truck. Okay, so I don't currently have any spare bags. Technically, I can add cores. Or I should add cores. Okay, that's not going to use up any of my diamonds to make one. You have an advanced one there, yeah. But, like, I don't need an advanced one. Alright. How many resource cards am I making right now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I don't even technically have enough sitting in my current one for the bounty because I just stuck some like loose rarity and mining speed in there. 1% CDR. 1.5 attack damage. Like, these are probably not actually really doing anything notable. Arguably none of these, but like, this is slightly more impactful than whatever this is. Or this. So I can go and go like, okay. Let's stick this back in there. Resource. Go to waxing focuses. Let's see, right now I have living chests or dungeon mobs for armor. Full mob count. Fort mob count. No, these are less relevant. Carbon for board. Black iron for general mob. Odd box for tanks. Funding for hordes. Which, like, probably is a decent one. Alright. What's my current player rate? 14 mobs killed. So that one's probably fine. Carbon, 20 mobs killed. No reason I can't do both. Mob kills for dramatic iron rather than chest looted. Means that those are in alignment with each other. And forward kills. There we go. That gives us 10. Yeah, that gives us 10. So it's here. Freight. Core. I need... Okay. And then to apply this, I need to take it to an anvil, was it? Because I can't just do it here. Even though that would make a lot of sense if I could just kind of go like, hey, it's got one socket. Okay, cool. Click to put it in. Even if it was like, hey, confirm you want to do this when you go to do it. Oh, that didn't even make a anvil sound. But that is... Yep. 10 and a little bit of iron and a little bit of quantity. It's like, cool. And it now converts all of my crates up one tier. Which is nice. Alright. Finally, some vaulting. Bingos. Oh. Got an altar down there, so... So rapid assassins is just going to be a matter of getting, like... Alright, boys. And then I can do this. And then I can stab these guys. Not enough. But probably difficult, I don't know. There. Collectively moving these up there. One of these days it will actually manage to proc properly. Not today, apparently. You don't have gilded barrels. Yeah, but I'm not going to black out. And I actually care about getting rid, so... Yay, one of the potion ones. Haven't had one of those in a while. Regeneration is one of the ones I like sexually. Because, like, if you're going to drink a bad potion, drinking a bad potion that gives you continuous healing for X amount of time is significantly better than lagging, lagging, lagging. You're not supposed to lag like this. Easy. Well, once time caught up. Boards. Alright. Already got total living. Yeah, like I'm on track for a couple different ones. Especially depending on how much Ornate is actually in this point of interest. Do I have anything stupid with coins? One, two, three, four. Yes. That is... No, not quite. No, that is not 16. 1, 2. So, 4, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 14, 15. Yeah, so like I would need one more ornate chest someplace, from what I can tell. So depending on what's over here and behind this wall. Dang. I mean, to be fair, the ghosty room, the ghosty hall, like, yes, this is great. Except for the it's annoying to mine it. Collect all the heads, because the heads take a 1.5 seconds of mining time no matter what, or you have to hit them with water, because they do not have a tool. Okay, and that's solved. Okay. That's wooden, that's wooden. Wooden. So number 3 on the main line has a decent amount of ornate. I do not know if like my champion's domain like just ran out, or if that was like just a lucky, unlucky champion spawn there. Ooh. I really should speed up the rate at which I'm getting assassins. If I can do it. So I should just... There we go. Good slides. You count so very much towards the number of assassins. Thank you so much for being like that. Alright. 2, 3. Double back. I will murder that one later. There's the other two. I was like, there were 2 more here besides the lock boxes. Alright. I think now I just... Well, first things first. I go back for the fruit. This way for a dungeon. loves breaking a chest plate going into a spider. Fine. Wasn't worried at all. Living barrels. Do I get 3 living barrels? Do I have 3 living barrels? 2 living barrels to go. Alright. And then I need to pull the shirt off. Oh, wait. Okay. There we go. This. Continue to regret our life choices. At least it's total number of dwellers. Unfortunately, they haven't been spawning much. Dungeon was upstairs, it looks like. I don't think there's a dungeon spot over there. So that must be next one over. Tempting. If it said gilded from the beginning, I would have at least forced it. Oh, but what if you don't manage to find all the living barrels that you need? Quick spawn, quick spawn, spawn. Because we're checking for dwellers. Because if we manage to get dwellers, that's even better. Or room. Alright. Or counts as just free. Here's three downstairs. If it is. Yep. Yeah, like I'm not bad at bingos. I just don't like them. They're just a little too variable in what you have to do. And like, okay, cool. Cores are a decent thing to get. crates. 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 Yay! Yeah, in theory I could have probably fruited and went around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to find gilded using only the goggles. Since I still have not bothered to spend the 6 gold to respec. 5 gold, because I wouldn't have to pull the 1 point I have sitting up there already. Yeah, technically, this is arguably better loot than I've gotten in a lot of vaults recently. So maybe, just maybe, bingos will be better for the loot capacity, but because I do have bricks and de-looting so that I can put them in this eventually. And because separating them, I can actually put them into the altar. Alright. Of those go in. Sure, let's create a lag spike. This weekend, things that most definitely should put themselves away. Okay, eggies I can excuse because I keep using them. But like, you are supposed to have a spot. 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 And of course, you are supposed to have a spot. Like I'm not doing anything on the network. Somebody else might be, but like, I'm getting horrible ping today. Let's hope it's just like the current routing or whatever is just being stupid. Like it is sometimes. That or because I kept going outside, Zero's minimap is like, no, you've got too much loaded. And as an FYI, like I'm 100% saying Zero's minimap is one of the major client-side lag generators, to the point like it's noticeable on stream, and is one of the major reasons that like Iskallia gets those laggy points right after doing like a really big vault. Because Zeros is still saving the world maps from like entire vaults on the client. But you see, if it just has it in its buffer, that's a lot of memory use. Especially in like layered mode. Because you're dealing with what? Things like this. Getting written every time you do a vault. You can tell I went into or I opened a dungeon at least once there. Whether or not I went into it. Also, diamond-shaped vault. Because there's no hallways coming off of those. It's a very, very large diamond-shaped vault. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 radius diamond. But like, if it's writing these, you're going to get a bunch of lag generated whenever you're dealing with maps. All right. I've caused myself problems by collecting those gems right now. Alright, let's stare at this intently. Then I need to identify. Cat. Alright. Nothing living. Not notably illegal. 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 Notably illegal. Not notably. Okay, so I currently have 8 packs in here. Copious. Final speed. Over effect. There we go. That one I should put in this. Mr. Egg. Arcane in blue. Speed. Scrap it. 30. Ooh. Very good reach. So that's a scrapper. None of those felt great. Nice. Egg. Carrots. Mossy cobble. Coal. Wonder. Anything good out of this? I do have a nice card to grab. Yes, there we go. All right. Oh. Oh. Sure. Something. Forgetting about your quest for a while. This doesn't give me anything. Like, if this gave me like a unique shard, that'd be a nice thing. If the antiques, it gave you like maybe the echo back from the book, that'd be a decent option. All right. Line. Okay. Good to know. I can open lines still. Good to know. Boards will get me bomb diamonds. That will help. This is almost certainly above. Yep. How far above? Yes. 45 more platinum than I usually like to carry around. Yeah, I have forgotten to unload it for a while. Let's go. Oh no, I can't force champions like I did last vault. Alright. Mobs. here, so looks like just a fairly decent amount in all the chest types. This is still set to orbits. In theory, I should just kind of leave this room and come back to it. Especially since it rolled all the different chest types and all that. Because that at least gives a decent amount towards any of the finding certain chest type altars. But that's if I find an altar. Back in my day, you couldn't do this because the wool was going to stay. I've now made the most annoying way out of this vault. Like the opposite of how this skull gets in. So let's see if upstairs has a task. Upstairs has a task. That I will be doing. It's your task, man. What is your task? To be fair, I haven't checked whether or not dwellers are like 8 or 9. Like how many a dweller task off an altar is. A while. Back when it was like 23, just after the boardroom changes and all, or the challenge room changes and all that. So it might be that, like, I actually would have completed the Dweller one, too. Just fine. Ow. I'll go back up there for that in a bit. Sure. I'll take worse healing for better chests. Then we're gonna head back up here. We're gonna fail to head back up there. Of course, time's charm. Thanks. Oh, you can get card packs far earlier than you're supposed to for Dragon Ball. You know, as though I wasn't far enough along that I can justify getting card packs at this time anyways. Knock it off. Coins. That was so rude to that Horde mod there. Opens the door, blows up his bed. No, you can't sleep in the ball. Oh, I knew. I was fully intending for it to explode. was a somewhat disappointing point of interest because I didn't manage to get the people on quickly enough. Wonder if that was soul shards or damage. You can mouse over it in the chat. Okay, so that means your CDR, lower mana regen, noting that the majority of my mana regen is the, what, 80% I get for having a stack of kills going at any given time. Not using the frog. Remember, not using the frogs. Ominous water samples on this hammer. Diamonds fall. Okay, full of fall. Diamonds. The 17 by 17 lets you absolutely cheat at whether or not you'll have to actually face down the all upside. Cool. Love all upside. Probably the saddest thing about the resilient focus is like the one thing that they're really actually good for is they're used for correcting the neuralizer. So that's why you really keep them. Like, okay, yeah, you could re-roll the durability on something, but you want to make sure that it doesn't have enough damage that you could accidentally break it as you're re-rolling its durability by how much it's got. Okay, yeah. That was a decent run. Let's take advantage of the luckier chest right now. One of the reasons I absolutely love the treasure bubbles is just because it lets you do the rooms like this far easier because you kind of like look around and go, okay, what do I see in the most immediate vicinity? And then it lets you tell whether like, oh, this is just a bait mushroom versus, oh, this one has some on it. And like, if you notice, it's got a decent range. And I don't even have like that much area of effect. Okay. Yeah, just a little too low for that one. Yeah, there's almost certainly more living chests up there, but probably I should fail because a minute and a half to walk around and get past that X mark that I caused problems with. Like, yeah, could probably have just used some lemons. Like, okay. I get lemons from the hordes. I should have got at least a couple with this, and I've got plenty at home. I hate having to walk myself home. all of that's so. Pink flag display. Light no sword. So now, if I get tridents, from the Bentic, or otherwise, all right. Identify. What does it identify as? Problems. All right. Why do you keep valuing the reach jewels over like multi-jewels? Because it's technically like 3 jewels worth of value in them, and like if there are decent rolls, like, okay, yeah, maybe not, but at the same time. Honestly, this is also from the X Mark room. Horde mobs. Ugh. And like I could just set those to something that's like high value but low completion chance for a lot of the time. Okay, to be fair, the correct way to deal with this is to go, okay, and one. Because, you see, this tricks the system into letting those exist. Then I do this, this, and this, and I just do this. And someone stacks it up. Did I manually put away all those ores into the system? Yes. They can live there for a cycle or two. I'll get them out and mine them later. Overcounts. Which means... This actually has a really easy solution. Wait, I already have some of those pre-made. And then we come right on over to here. Drop down. Then we select our problem and make our solution. Heck, it even puts that away too. Alright. And technically the way I should go deal with this is... There we go. It's now been extremely compacted. That one's fine for now. It would cause so many problems with my eggs if I leave that as fully compacted. Like, it doesn't change how much is here. It just means that these are counted as also existing. I mean, technically, you do that with things like this. What else? Don't want to do that with rare. I could one cycle the Benny. Less than a stack away. So I should go and get it its multipliers. Knowledge I can't compact with this because it has no reversal. Carbon I can. Soot. So I can. That's what's right. Multipliers. Two. 4. And I don't have to worry about that again for a very long time. At which point I will just throw some pox at it. Anything else notable in the overflow bag? No, not especially, no. Eggies. 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 We want to make an angry eggies. Hi, Skyrat. The rest of this is reprocess. Alright. Indicator. Cage. Cage. Skyrat. And Skyrat means I have to make a Skyrat barrel. On the floor because it's mobbed up. Eggy. Eggy. Right. Did not get a creeper here. Okay. Cool. Skill levels. Grades. Rock. Then we need 2 blanks. One becomes void. One becomes stack 1. Stack 1.5. Stack 2. Stack 2. Then 1, 2. Which one is this? And we'll have more than enough Skyrat wings for the rest of time eventually. It'll take a little while, but it will be less annoying than that last batch. Back to Eggies. Season 2. Egg. Make some egg.
Hello, Moto.
Stop calling me. I don't have reverse mortgages. I don't have a regular mortgage. Because they didn't need to include me on the mortgage. I'm on the title of the house, but I'm not on the mortgage because I'm not one of the banks required to pledge that I'll pay if something happens. Because they were otherwise able to secure the financing. So, like, no. Big. Sure. Sure. We'll just go, hey, Guardians are solved. Keep messaging me, keep calling me. Don't you wish modern society was not built around the concept that you are always available to be bugged? Like, okay, yeah, I could probably just turn my phone to, like, sound or whatever. Alright. Let's throw some fruit in the bag. Check for any remaining things that need diluted. I think I have a poison cloud one over here. Yeah. Technically, it doesn't guarantee what tier, but truth be told, I actually miss, like, I like building the separate storage systems when I can build the separate storage systems. And, like, yeah, I know this is essentially already doing that, but, like, I did like it better when you had to know a bit of your syntax for um, RS or whatever. But you could still search all of them, and then, like, you just built your own system with a storage block someplace embedded on it. And you just had it set to accepts cards. And then you just were like, this is where all my cards go. probably that's a good rabbit for now. I'm gonna have to stick an aquatic entangler into an ocean someplace. That's less useful unless I've also got this in place to keep the area loaded so that it will pick up the stuff. Now, one of the tricks with that is when it talks about the chunk it's in is loaded. The chunk it's in is loaded for entity processing. This is the same as modern ender pearls as opposed to older era ender pearls. And the 3x3 is like portal loaded because it's a 3x3 entity processing space. But beyond that, you still have from one chunk out at the 3 chunk, you have what are the lazy chunks where entities still exist and redstone things can happen and whatnot. And like you can still register the entities exist out there. And then one more layer out from that is the redstone only, I think. It's something like that, yeah. So that would be the 5x5 ring is redstone runs properly, hoppers run properly. And in theory, anything that's running in that level, like maybe these, I don't know exactly how these work at the code level. Angry. Alright. Oh, I have a full set of bunkers, okay. Sponges aren't drying, but that's because I would need to make a redstone furnace and send power to it somehow. Which, like, would not actually be that hard. Technically, at any time, I can rearrange where my power is. Doesn't have to be there, heck. I don't need the, like, about the only reason I have anything here is because it's good to have the drive in a well-isolated chunk compared to other things. And if it weren't for the wires running that way, like, I could pull this, put it someplace else, including, like, take the core, stick it, say, down here somewhere on this line, like, and then because I am transmitting power from this, I could just make another one of these and manually distribute into the core wherever it is. Assuming I didn't just, like, instead move the core someplace, say, nearer to Smart Book over here, and stuck the power someplace here underground. I'll decide those another day. Oh, look, mushroom. Because I killed enough of the levishrooms. Because from creepers, from lockboxes, pirate theme. These are coin piles, pirate theme. From assassin mobs. In villages. Cave theme, tank mobs. Um, 50% chance from each elite killed in a lab. From zombie dungeons. I don't remember if it had a difficulty requirement. From champions in pillager dungeons. From the mummy tanks. In pigment dungeons, hard or higher. This is dropped rarely by the evil bunny that tries to eat your face. And technically, I think I've learned some of the other ones on other seasons, but like, yeah. Now, this supposedly got fixed. Supposedly, it should be able to stack with its equivalent. Which, like, I can't prove because, one, I don't have mushrooms in here. Two, I don't have the stack upgrades in there, which I should add at some point because I'm starting to actually get those from time to time when I do dungeons and whatnot. So I should take a moment. Technically, I should stack up like this, except for the fact that you get so many fewer of those. Where's one of the really big ones? There we go. That one can end up as that. And that lets this all condense. I have no sort set, so I can do no sort. And then that lets me do things like grab ones that are oversized. After each. So, 2 tags, 1 tag. 2 tags, 1 tag. That means at some point this was purchasable, or it was a room boss. Yeah, so like these probably all came out of the black market in an actual slot at the time, which is why they don't stack. Because that extra tag from them being in the black market embedded in their MBT there. The same way this paint room is. This one came at least with 1 tag, which means probably further ones I roll out of things are going to have the same single tag. But because these ones were all purchased and these ones are off size. Yep. Black market adding a tag. Vendor not adding a tag. But still potentially having a larger size. No, these wouldn't have been vendor. These probably were bounties. I say probably, but like somebody could theoretically watch through 62 days of playing. It's okay. To be fair, it's not a full 62 days. It's 8.14. Technically. All right. That's a good wrap. Catch y'all next time. Bye.